What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Wallet Monkey channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about how to win through the holidays. Now, it's the middle of October, so we're getting a late start. You're already behind the 8 ball. But if you're trying to figure out a way to get your holiday spending done and bring on some new credit and not max everything out, well, then this is the video for you. Okay, let's dive right into it. Okay, so first off, let's talk about what you're up against. Consumer spending was up in August, up 18%. Collectively, non-revolving credit is still near all-time highs in terms of usage, and personal savings rates are lower than before the pandemic. So it seems like people are already resorting to living off credit cards. So there's gonna be a lot of people that are already trapped in a trade, so to say, and that just means that they're trapped in the position that they're in. But if you're not, I got a plan for you, and if you are, I got a plan for you also, so stick around and watch the full video. Right, out of the gates, we need to thin down utilization to make the profile look better so that we can get fresh credit. That should be the name of the game, right? And you should be consistently doing that throughout the year, but now that the holidays are here, let's really kick it into high gear. So we've got some options. We've got Gemini, we've got BlockFi, we've got Apple, we've got CrowdFit and any Deserve or Celtic Back banked. Those guys, there's like 5 or 6 of those. Those are all gonna be great, because here's why. They will either be completely a soft pull or a soft pull up until you are presented with the offer. Now with Gemini, you actually have to accept it, and then it tells you what you got approved for and your APR. But with the others, I think it varies on each one, but you should be able to get away with a soft pull. Apple completely, if you freeze your TransUnion, you'll get 100% soft pull, no hard pull at all. And these are all easy cards to get, which should give you anywhere between, I don't know, another 1,000 to let's say 9,000, 10,000 in total credit limit, which will help thin down your profile. So we've got dedicated videos. You see me on the channel right now. We've got dedicated videos on just about every single one of these. Here's the Gemini video right here. I did one on CrowdFit recently because I recently got that in my last app spree. Apple, we've covered extensively on the channel, and everyone kind of knows the game with that by now, right? And then another one that you could do too is if you're from a geolocation standpoint gonna work out in one of those locations, then you could do the truest play, which what's wild about that is here we are. The last video we did 8 months ago. You can still do that now. We've been talking about that, and it's been around since 2019 that I know of, and it still works. So that's 4 cards, possibly 1 inquiry, maybe none, but as soon as you get approved for the first card and that limit, you'll get approved for every other card with the same limit. So now they've kind of cleaned up the pre-approval process. You'll get pre-approved for all the cards right there on the spot, and then you just got to click through one by one, and then go ahead and finish the application. You might have to go into a branch location, but again, it's all worth it. So all these cards that I just mentioned, the 10 plus cards, the whole point of those is to get new credit so that then our profile looks better. Before we wrap up and move on to the next piece, I just wanted to show you this as well. On walletmonkey.io, finding pre-qualified offers, you see here, there's all kinds of top tier banks that you can go and pre-qual for. Here is all your fintechs here, Apple Card, Deserve, Petal. Oh, Petal and Upgrade, I forgot those two. Those are great players as well, because Upgrade, even though it's a credit card, it reports as an installment loan, which is kind of weird, but it does help you hide to a degree your usage. BlockFi, Gemini, Tomo, Klarna has a credit card now. Prosper has a credit card. I don't think they got a pre-qual, but the other thing I wanted to talk about is store credit cards. That's another easy way. I did this back in the day. I got an IKEA card for $5,000 and I don't think I've ever used it. Now, knowing what we know with Synchrony Bank closing down a lot of people's accounts, probably wouldn't want to go for those that much. I just heard of a family member whose card got shut down. Well, it didn't get shut down, but their limit got reduced down to like nothing just the other day. And we've got plenty of videos on the channel highlighting that. So probably not Synchrony Bank, but Comenity, and then we've got a couple for WebBank right here. We've got Fortiva or Fortiva right here. We got Citibank, and we've got GM Financial. That'd be another one to get, the GMC card. I've been getting targeted mailing offers for that. Wells Fargo, Capital One, they'll ping all 3 credit bureaus, which is kind of awful. But if you actually needed the Walmart card for your holiday season, or you actually needed the Amazon card, which is backed by Synchrony, then you're gonna wanna get these cards to get them and actually use them. So anyway, use this to consolidate down. Now, you could also, if you're already into credit union ecosystems like Navy Fed, you could just kind of change your strategy with the next card that you're trying to get approved for, and maybe get with Navy Fed, it'd be the platinum card you'd want, because that's a 0% balance transfer card. It's also really, really low APR card. PenFed has a comparable one, USAA as well. Every credit union for the most part has a platinum or low interest based card. You could also look at signing signing up under a sole proprietor, which is technically business credit. They're going to give you higher limits. It's not going to report to your personal. You can get the inquiry wiped as well off of your personal after you get approved because it's on the business side. So you could look at that. We just did a whole video on Elan Financial and all your options there. Hundreds of institutions, really. So there's your plan. The other thing that you could do is you could take on a personal loan. I've done this in the past. Again, all we're trying to do is get this debt weapon over here so we can pay down all of our debt, look more attractive, give that 1 or 2 billing cycles, and then we can go out and get fresh credit. That's the name of the game here. And you would just about have enough time to probably start to hit on Prime Day and then definitely, get your late night, last minute shopping done before the holidays. But call me crazy, I actually think there's gonna be better deals after the new year. I think there's a ton of companies sitting on supply, everyone from Costco on down, banked up on way too many supplies and goods, and now they're choking on them. So after the holidays, which I think is gonna be lackluster, I don't think there's gonna be a ton of people spending the money that they think that they're gonna. I think it's gonna be a real thin Christmas this year in holiday season in terms of online sales and in-person sales. Once that happens, they'll be dumping inventory come January. So I actually think you'll get better deals after the holidays. But again, holidays are the holidays, right? So that's your plan. We need to bring our utilization down, get ourselves into position, get our score to bump up anywhere between 50 to 150 points from doing that, getting your utilization below 10%, and then take on new credit so then we can go and finance the holidays or whatever you need to do. Now, the issue is that a ton of people are trapped. I talked about this earlier. If you're trapped, your real options, unfortunately, are only gonna be these store credit cards and these slam dunk, pre-approval, soft pull that you know that you're either gonna get a look at your limit before you accept it, or you know that they're easy cards to get. That's really your only option for that. I would not be trying to take on payday loans or these horrible APR like Splash Finance. I would not be trying to go anywhere like that for a personal loan to try and thin yourself out, because chances are you won't get approved for enough, and that $2,000 to $5,000 that you get approved for with sky high APR is not going to cover the rest of what you need to pay off. So now you're stuck. You got a really high APR loan and you didn't pay down your debt to make yourself look more attractive to creditors. So it's just a lose-lose. Do not do that. Do not do that. You're not that desperate, believe me. So that's it. That is the full strategy for how you can win the holidays. I hope regardless you guys have an amazing holiday with your family. It's more about spending time with those that you love, your family, keeping that bond tight than spending money on each other, especially when you don't have it. So think of ways that you can move outside of that and maybe go a different path and still have a lot of fun with your family and friends doing that. So if you think there's a better way to do it, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. Shout out to all of our Patreons who make this thing happen every single month. Also too, it gets you access to the private Discord, which has hundreds of people in it. Some huge credit whales in there, constantly dropping knowledge. Well, we're the only one on the internet that's got people like that dropping knowledge all the time. And your way to get access to that is through the Patreon. Just helps us continue to do what we're doing, right? There's costs in all this and keeping it all up. And we'd actually like to be doing more. That's what's crazy. I want to be building the website bigger. I want to be doing more things with this. Your support there helps a lot. You'll be seeing the Patreon names across the screen right now. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.